Look at how cute they are. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of in between of soft spoken, and whispers of a general Q&A. So I can share a little bit about me, and I would love to get to know you. My little foxton. So look at how cute these are. They're little highlighters. I just thought they could sit with us while we go through some of the questions. Let's jump right into it. But look. Purple. Pink. Orange. Yellow. And this is like mint green. They're so cute. Okay, first I want to give a little shout out to people that submitted questions. I want to thank Anthony dash Jenny 6H. Anthony. I want to thank it's 2022 now. It's 2022 now. And Taylor dash CX3VB. Thank you so much for submitting some questions. Alright, I tried to organize these questions the best that I could, so let's get to it. The first category that we have is ASMR and channel specific questions. So what first got me interested in ASMR? I've actually been watching ASMR, I realized, for almost 8 years now. I first started it back when I was in college. I went to Auburn University, War Eagle, and I remember, I think it was my roommate bringing me an ASMR video, and she was so freaked out by it, and I could not figure out why I loved it. There was a guy, I don't even remember his name, but he had this tiny little pillow, and that pillow made the most magical sounds, and I got tingles right away, and I was like, what is this? So I started watching pretty early on in college, and then I feel like once I got out of college, then I really like dove into it and kind of just realized like I love this. And I found some like classic artists like GB and Goodnight Moon and ASMR Glow, and it just helped me unwind, distress, and I loved it. I watch it when I'm trying to sleep, I watch it during the day. I have like different types of videos that I like to watch during the day versus when I'm sleeping, just to kind of like calm my mind and relax it. This one kind of goes into what I just said, but what ASMR channels do I watch? My top ones are definitely Goodnight Moon. I think that she is so creative. Her setups for her role plays are so amazing. Like, I love when she does my tummy. Can you hear that? I love when she does her like Halloween role plays. I think she is so fun. Like, I try to take some of my inspiration off of her in like my this or that. Like, I love her, just her version of storytelling. I think that she's wonderful. ASMR Glow is definitely one of my tops. She's one that instantly like calms me. Her voice is magical, so I use her a lot of the times for when I need to sleep. And I try to take some inspiration of my lighting setups from her, because I always think how she like themes her videos around a certain color is really neat, so I try to do that. Then another one of my top favorites that I found maybe 2 years ago was Ocean ASMR. I love Ocean. I think her role plays are hilarious. She is one that I love to watch her videos during the day when I'm at work and I just need like to quiet my mind for a minute, or I'm overstimulated. Like, I put on Ocean, she instantly makes me feel better, and I don't want to fall asleep to her videos. Like, I want to watch them, I want to see them through. So those are definitely my top channels. What are your goals for your YouTube channel? I feel like for anybody, it would be growing it. I started this as pretty much a hobby because I am a new mom and I wanted to do something that was for me. I love to be creative, and I need a creative outlet, and I thought this was a perfect way for me to have that. I could just do it for fun, and if it helped just a few people, then it would be worth it. I think I have a dog hair in my eye. But yeah, I do have a dog. Her name is Wendy. She's named Wendy Darling, actually, from Peter Pan. She's a rough collie, and she is my everything. I don't know if that's a question on here, but I have to mention her. What made you start a YouTube channel? I feel like I kind of answered that with my goals. I just needed kind of a creative outlet and a hobby that was separate than being a mom, you know? What type of videos do I enjoy filming the most? That's a fun question. I would definitely say the role plays. I have a really fun time. My goodness, this is driving me crazy. I'm sorry. I have a really fun time planning out my characters in my role plays and trying to think of like a backstory of who they are, and just creating a story to tell you. I try to put, at least right now, I've been trying to put like little aspects of me in my role plays. So like I did the girl in the back of class drawing tattoos on you because I have a ton of tattoos. Can't see them because of my sleeves, but I mostly have tattoos in my arms, which we have a tattoo section, so we'll definitely get to that. But that, and then my peculiar animal enthusiast. I actually was a zookeeper for 5 years. I loved it. It was a huge dream of mine, a huge passion of mine. Side note, I think there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to do zoos. So if you have certain thoughts about zoos, like, I would be happy to discuss them with you. But I do think that there is a correct way and a not correct way to do them. But I did that, so I wanted a character that could kind of embody like my passion and my love for animals. So I brought her in. So yeah, role plays, definitely. I'm excited to continue creating characters and having characters come back and things like that. I think that's really fun. Do your friends and family know about your YouTube channel? Most of my like really close friends definitely do. And then some of my family, like my partner, my husband, he does. And some of my cousins who I'm really close with do. But like as far as my parents know, because I don't think they even know what ASMR is. But I'm sure as I continue doing this, because I am a little bit newer, I'll end up telling them. Like I don't not want to tell them. I just haven't. But my friends definitely know. Let's see. And any big plans for 2025? I don't know if that was like a specific question to ASMR, but I'm gonna group it into that. Let's I think I can rearrange them. Let's do that. Any big plans? My big plans are just to have a little bit of consistency. And I'm trying to figure out what days are the right days to post. I'm trying to post 2 times a week with shorts in between. So if you have a specific day that you love watching ASMR, I would love to hear that in the comments. I'm trying to figure that out. And then big plans, I specifically love holidays. I love the seasons. Halloween, Christmas, like I am obsessed with those holidays. So my big plans would be having some really fun themed role plays that go with the holidays. Fun decor, like decorating the shelf that's back here. Ocean does that. I love how she is a non-green screen artist and literally like goes to find her background, which I think is really admirable. So I love decorating, so maybe like decorating the shelf or something back here to go with the season. Yeah, okay. Personal life and fun facts. What is my biggest achievement so far in life? Definitely my daughter. I think I can count that as an achievement. She is everything. She's actually turning 9 months today, which I don't know when this will go up, so she'll probably be past 9 months, but that is crazy to me that she's been like out of me as long as she was in me. But she's the happiest little girl. She is my first baby, and I'm just really enjoying my time with her, and I think she's perfect. I made a perfect baby. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah, she's perfect. And then, how would your friends best describe you? I actually saw this thing the other day that was like, what animal are you? And I was the baby pig girl, which I realize now that that's not gonna make any sense because you're not looking at that meme. Oh my gosh, there's the hair that I was looking for. I got it. But basically, I am extremely loyal. I like stick with my friends to the end. I am super friendly. I am an introvert, but I'm an outgoing introvert. So like, I have no problem meeting new people. But then I just get so drained and then like need a break. I am pretty lighthearted and bubbly. I like to find the positives in things. I can be a little bit stubborn. And I am very creative. Like I have a very creative mind and love to switch things up. I am a Libra, September Libra. I don't have problems making decisions. I'm actually very decisive, so that is my one trait that is very against Libra qualities. But other than that, I would say like Libra qualities do fit me pretty well. Let's see. What? Oh, I also would say that like I am a big like dreamer. If you've been watching my videos, you probably notice I have a lot of Disney World things. I love Disney. So yeah, I definitely love like imagination. I love the nostalgia of things like that. So yeah, what is my biggest pet peeve? I probably get the most rage when I'm driving. A little bit of road rage. I live in a very highly populated area where there are a lot of cars, and it's about to be rainy season, and it's very clear who are the tourists versus who are not, based on how you drive in the rain. And if you put your hazards on and you cannot drive in the rain, that drives me insane. Just pull over, like, let's switch them up here. I want purple to go with orange, because those are my two favorite colors, orange and purple. Yeah, so I would say bad drivers, like when you can't merge. Oh my gosh, drives me crazy. What do you look for when making new friends? I would say I definitely look for commonalities in things, like, are we gonna want to do the same things? That, you know, that won't be awkward. I look for, now I feel like I look for more like parent friends, because I can't just like get up and go places. Like, I need to have it like planned in advance to be able to hang out, because it affects not just me anymore. I also look for somebody who is really passionate about something. They don't have to be passionate about what I am into. I just want them to like have a lust for life, I guess. And I mean, I look for, you know, are you a good person? So yeah. This question was on here. What pets do I have? So I did talk about Wendy, so my rough collie, which I do have. This is probably my worst tattoo that I have, but these are her ears. She's a rough collie, so she's very, very furry. But I love that because it's her. But I let my baby cousin pick out that artist, and that was a mistake. It's a story for a different time. But yeah, so there's Wendy, which she's turning 7 at the end of May. She will live forever. And then I have 3 cats. 1, 2, 3, not 1, not 2, not 1, not 2, but 3, not 1, but 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 2, but 3. 3 cats. My first cat, her name is Luna. She's a calico tabby. She is my cat. She's the queen. She runs the place. And she hates both of the other cats, which is very sad. Then I have Lore, who's a black cat. And he is a maniac. He is crazy, but very sweet, loves people. Like, he's the one that like never meets a stranger. He like comes out and is not afraid of people. So that's Lore, and it's Lore. Lore is Lore. And then my last one, her name is actually Stella. And if you've read the book Stella Luna, I have a Stella and a Luna. My 2 girlies, but we never call her that. We call her Titten. Because we actually rescued her right before a hurricane. She definitely would not have made it. She was a little itty bitty baby. And she was so malnourished that she was actually stunted in her growth. So she is a permanent kitten. So with that, we nicknamed her Titten. So I don't think I've called her Stella once, except on her collar. But we weren't planning on keeping her. My friend actually has a rescue, and I had worked with her about picking her up, but then the hurricane happened, and her facility got flooded, which was awful. But then we ended up keeping her longer, and after that, my husband was like, what if she goes to the wrong family? And I was like, are you saying what I think you're saying? And he was like, yeah, we're keeping her. My tummy again. So yeah, then I have a rabbit. His name is Remus. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. He looks like a very smart professor, and Remus is one of my favorite characters. He's an old man. We rescued him in 2020, and he was already an adult. So he's got to be close to 10 now, and he's just retiring with us. He's grumpy, but I love him. And then, last but not least, I actually have a chameleon. I have a veiled chameleon that my husband got me as a wedding present in 2020. Chameleons are really difficult to take care of. So I've been doing research for months, and I've had him, and his name is Cedric, so another Harry Potter reference. But he's super cool. They're definitely more of like a look at pet. I don't handle him. I don't take him out, do any of that. He would much rather just stay where he's at. The most extravagant thing I do for him is I change his plants, you know, to give him something new. But yeah, those are my pets. Okay, tattoos, yes. What is your favorite tattoo you have? I'm gonna have to do a like tattoo show and tell video because I was not prepared to show them. It is actually right here. It is a African painted dog. Half of it is, I'll put a picture maybe up here. It's an African painted dog on half, and then the other half is actually Florida native plants, because my first job that I got in zookeeping was in Florida. And African painted dogs are one of my absolute favorite animals. They were a top species that I really wanted to work with. They're incredibly smart. They work so well together. They have a lot of different vocalizations. Like, I just think that they're a fascinating species. So when I got that job and started working with them, I got it adapted off of one of the dogs that I worked with. His name was Bruce. When it comes to being a zookeeper, you either like the underdogs or the jerks when it comes to animals. And unfortunately, I like the jerks. Somebody's gotta love them, okay? Like, almost everybody roots for the underdog. So Bruce was not the alpha, but he was pretty high up on the group, and he definitely ran the show. But he was so gorgeous, like such a beautiful dog. He had such a pretty coat. So that is probably my favorite tattoo because it symbolized a time in my life where like I finally did it. Like, I achieved my goal of working in like a top rated facility for conservation and science and research, and it's just super cool. So yeah, I'll put a picture up so you can see that. Any advice for getting a first tattoo? I'm getting an ankle tattoo in 3 weeks. Well, that's super exciting. I do have an ankle tattoo. I have Sven, baby Sven, from Frozen. I love reindeer. I think it goes with like the seasonal part of me, but then I love Disney, so you add Disney and a reindeer, it was just like perfect. Sven is one of my favorite characters. As far as advice, I really didn't think that the ankle hurt that much. I really don't think the tattoos hurt that much. Like, obviously, like the more detailed you get, the longer they work on you, so then like that can be a little bit uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say that it like hurts. I would say make sure that you're comfortable with your artist, and make sure that you are comfortable in the space. So like a lot of people will bring headphones to their tattoo appointments. My main artist I am good friends with now, so I usually just chit chat with her during my session. But like to whatever like calms you and helps you. So ASMR, music, things like that. Like you can bring your headphones and just kind of like zone out during your appointment. The appointment is for you. So I would just say like make yourself comfortable. Like eat a good snack before. Bring a drink if you would like. You can even bring a blanket. I bring a blanket to my shop because my shop is freezing that I go to. But I really don't think that they hurt. And I'm excited. Tell me what you're gonna get. I want to know. But yeah, good luck. Do you have any ankle tattoos? If so, can you show them? I'll put a picture up here, and maybe I'll plan doing like a tattoo show and tell, so that you guys can see all of my different tattoos. So yeah, it's a baby's fen. I actually got it with my friend. We got baby Disney sidekicks together. And this one isn't on here, but I'm gonna add it. Do I have any upcoming plans for any tattoos? I do. It's actually gonna be my 30th birthday. What? This year. Like I said, I'm a Libra. September 28th is my birthday. And my best friend, who also loves Disney, is coming down to visit me. And we're both getting our favorite Disney characters. I am getting Pluto. Above my left knee. And I don't know exactly the design yet. I definitely like the old style cartoon version of Pluto. I asked my artist to like come up with a couple different ideas. But I wanted to play like homage to old cartoon Pluto. So either have like the turtle, from Pluto's Mail Delivery, or flowers from the Gopher short, something like that. I also thought my best friend is getting Daisy, so I thought about having Daisy flowers with Pluto to like, I don't know, we'll see what my artist comes up with. Okay, travel. Which countries would I like to visit? Everything. Everywhere. Specifically, so I have been to Africa. That was definitely one of the coolest experiences of my life. I would love to go to somewhere in South America, to see the Amazon rainforest. I think that would be so cool. I would love to see the different animals that are out there. I actually almost went and studied jaguars out there when I was in college, but it was too expensive to get out there, so I was not able to do it, which stinks. Would have been a really cool opportunity. But yeah, I would love to go somewhere in South America, and see the Amazon rainforest. I would also love to go to New Zealand. My husband is a huge Lord of the Rings fan. So I would love to see like where they filmed Lord of the Rings. Would be awesome. But New Zealand is just beautiful. I would love to go places in Australia. Like I would love to see the Australia Zoo. I grew up on Crocodile Hunter. I would love to go some different countries in Europe. I would love to go to Italy. I would love to go to Greece. I love Mamma Mia, so I would love to live out my Mamma Mia dreams out there. I mean, I would love to visit the UK. I have a tattoo artists that are all over the place. One is in Melbourne in Australia, one is in London. That if I do go to different countries, GB actually did this, where she like traveled for her tattoos because she wanted all of her tattoos to be from different artists, which I think is so cool. What a cool way to like display art you love. I would love to, when I travel to places like that, like find an artist and get like art from there so that I can associate that trip with that tattoo. I think that's really cool. I don't have any big trips planned right now because I did just have a baby and babies are expensive. And I live in America, and the way things are going right now. Yeah. Okay. Hobbies. What are your favorite movies? I have a really hard time with favorites. I'll probably do like top 5. I love Phantom of the Opera. One of my all-time faves. That's one that like I can just watch whenever. I do love like musicals and Broadway shows, things like that. I know it's not movies, but I do love that. Hamilton, Disney Broadway shows, some of them are iffy. Dear Evan Hansen, Waitress, like all those are wonderful. Movies, back to movies. Obviously I love Disney. I would say some of my favorite Disney movies are Moana. I love Moana. I love the music of Moana. I love the character of Moana. I love how I just love Moana's journey through that. Like, yeah, I love Moana so much. Lion King is a classic. Beauty and the Beast I love also. Those are probably my top 3 favorite Disney. Oh, and I love Peter Pan as well. Those are probably my top Disney movies. Other movies, comedies I love. I mean, this is kind of a rom-com, but The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. That movie is so funny. I love that movie. It always just puts me in a good mood. I also love What About Bob, which is an older movie with Bill Murray. Which I've heard Bill Murray is kind of iffy, which is a bummer. But that movie is hilarious. I really enjoy that one. RV with Robin Williams. That one always makes me laugh so hard. I think that's a great one. Trying to think. That's so hard for me. Like, I love movies. There's so many movies that I love out there. It's hard for me to pick favorites because there's so many different genres. I just watched The Departed with my husband, which is an older movie with baby Matt Damon and baby Leo DiCaprio, and that was a great one. Very good movie. I do like thrillers as well. I do like some horror movies. My husband does not. He has to put on noise canceling headphones and leave the room. My favorite horror series is probably The Conjuring. Horrifying. Those stories are just so good. Yeah, I really like a lot of different movies. What TV shows do you watch? Right now I'm rewatching Dexter. My husband had never seen it, and I watched it back in college and loved it, so we're rewatching that. I'm watching The Crown, which is definitely a slow start, but it's still good. I've heard so many good things about it, so I want to keep going. I also love trash TV. Yes, it's true. I do love trash TV. I can't help it. All of those Netflix shows, I can't help it. I eat them up. I absolutely love them. And to be quite honest, like, the trashier the better. Like, I'm here for it. so sweet. Oh, I love that show. I love that show so much. Some of my favorite TV shows that I've watched: Vampire Diaries. Hello. Are you a Stefan or Damon fan? There's only one right answer, and it is Damon. Okay. Gossip Girl. I just love Gossip Girl. One Tree Hill, a classic. Gilmore Girls. Oh, Gilmore Girls, like the quintessential fall show. As soon as it starts getting like the tiniest bit crisp, in my head, because where I live, we don't really get a fall. But I start watching Gilmore Girls. I love Gilmore Girls. Look at the little twisty octopus. They're so cute. Okay. Do you play any video games? I definitely grew up playing video games. I have a brother, and I grew up playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, of course, Halo. I did play some Call of Duty, but I was not good at that. I was good at Halo, and I was sometimes good at Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I played Lego Star Wars. I did play that as well growing up. So I was an Xbox girl. I do play some like comfy cozy games. I do have a Switch, and I play Animal Crossing New Horizon. I was obsessed with that during the pandemic. Played it every day for hours. And then I played one recently. It was not that recent, like a year ago maybe. I can't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like Animal Crossing. You like built your island, but they were ghosts. You had to help the little ghosts, and they had like different quests, and then the more you helped them, then they remembered more. It was like a camp, and it was like bear ghosts. If you know the name, drop it below, because I can't think of it right now. But it was a very cozy game. Not as like, I feel like put together as Animal Crossings, but I still really enjoyed it. It was very cute and just relaxing. Have you seen any bands or artists in concert? I would love to say that I have seen more than I have, but truthfully, I have not. I love music, but as far as like concerts go, I don't end up spending the money, if I'm being completely honest, to go to concerts, because money is tight, and we have big goals right now of trying to get a house. I'm gonna need a new car. So like recently, I have not been able to. I really tried going to Taylor Swift, but I was not able to, which I'm still really sad about. I also wanted to go to Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo, but Sabrina Carpenter was when I was very pregnant, and I was like, I can't be having a baby during a Sabrina Carpenter concert. And yeah, so like I have seen them. I have seen a couple bands when I was younger. I saw Brad Paisley. I saw Zach Brown band, so like some country music stars. I saw Carrie Underwood, which she's not my fave anymore. I saw, I can't even remember. Yeah, I didn't really do concerts so much growing up. Like I've seen James Taylor, which I was definitely one of the youngest people in the audience, but I still loved it. I've seen Straight No Chaser, which they are an a cappella group that do a lot of Christmas songs. I've seen them. Yeah, I'm kind of lame when it comes to concerts, so I'm sorry about that. Style and preferences. What type of music do you like? Perfect way to like segment in. I definitely like singer-songwriters. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite artists is John Denver. The Eagles, so like some good 70s music I really enjoy. I do listen to regular radio pop. I have a specific radio show that I love to listen to in the mornings on my way to work. Very mom of me, I know. So that's how I get like my daily dose of what's new, what's out in pop. I really like almost all music except metal. Sorry if you love metal, that's totally fine. That's just one that I don't listen to. But I really like everything. I like to switch it up. I feel like right now I'm kind of in like a music lull. Everything I'm listening to, I'm just like tired of it. So if you have some like fave artists, favorite songs, like drop them below for me, because I would love to discover some new music, because I do kind of feel like I'm in a lull right now. What was my favorite subject at school? Probably, if I'm being honest, I always loved language arts. I am very good at writing and reading. I love to read when I have time, which lately is no. But I really always enjoyed like writing short stories and reading short stories and things like that. So probably English language arts would be my favorite. And then I did pretty well in school. I did enjoy science because of my animals, so I did enjoy that. Okay. What are your favorite clothing stores? Well, actually, I have kind of been on this journey to overall better myself pretty much since I've had my daughter. Like not being comfortable in my own skin. Obviously, I realized like what I was able to do is incredible, and I should give myself a break. But you are your toughest critic. But I've been really working at just eating better, like being more conscious of what I'm putting in my body. I have a reward system for working out. I'm actually working to get my ears pierced. It starts with 3 workouts a week. The first week I was able to get a reward. I have a little like countdown, and that was one hole is each reward. And then it starts going by 2 weeks, and if, oh my gosh, my tummy, if I miss a workout, then I have to start over. So it's very motivating, and I'm almost done. I actually just finished week 4 last night. After week 5, I'll make my first appointment to get my 3rd holes. I do have 2. I'm only wearing 1 earring right now, but I want 3 holes on both sides, and then I'm gonna get my helix for my first appointment. But I kind of went off topic there. But with that, I'm also working on like my body and my mental health as well. I'm going to therapy, which is great. But I love Aerie. Aerie always spoke to me. I am a little bit curvier, mid-size. I don't mind sharing that at all. My size is 12-14. And I loved that Aerie was it was like one of the first really inclusive brands. So I still love to shop at Aerie. bought a bunch of workout clothes from them, and I love them. I'm really loving the like flowy short style right now. So I do love Aerie. I also go to TJ Maxx quite a lot. A lot of my clothes are from TJ Maxx. I feel like, truthfully, I haven't bought so many clothes for myself. But I have a list. My mom is actually coming at the end of May to take me shopping. Little mommy and me shopping. And my husband will take my daughter, which will be so fun for just me and my mom to go out together. So I have a list of some clothes that I'm going to be looking for. But yeah. If I can, I love to look into like sustainable brands, but a lot of times that could be more expensive. I do thrift clothes, so getting secondhand is great. I shop off of Mercari all the time. Yeah, pretty much I live in sweatshirt and shorts, like no matter what time of year it is. Like this one, look how cute it is, the little Dalmatians. I live in a sweatshirt and shorts, and I love it. Shoes, I'm a little bit more particular. That's my cat trying to get in. If you can hear that, that's Lore, the one who's a maniac. I use Hoka for my tennis shoes. I am a Chaco girl versus a Teva girl. I do love Crocs. Sorry about it, but I do. I get the ones from Disney that have the little holes or little Mickeys. Little Mickeys. So shoes, I definitely splurge more on than like regular clothing items. I love shoes. And after I had my daughter, my foot size did change, which is so weird. I had the same size feet since I was 7. No, not since I was 7. Since I was in 7th grade. And that's a lot of shoes to not fit me anymore. So I'm kind of like rebuilding everything right now. And then if you've noticed in some of my videos, I wear very cute pajamas. My pajamas are probably my most expensive clothing item besides my shoes. I wear Little Sleepies, which is mainly a children's brand, and I did learn them from buying them for my daughter. They are bamboo, and they are the softest, most comfortable butter pajamas ever. If you need a little treat, you should check them out. This is not sponsored. I just love them. I actually love them so much that I threw out all of my pajamas and just continue rewashing my Little Sleepies because I don't want to wear anything else. So, okay, almost done. Food and opinion. Favorite foods. I actually was just talking about this with some of my students. I work at a university. I don't know if I said that. My number one favorite food is steak, and I do like it medium rare. I feel like if you have it anything above medium, you might as well just have chicken because, sorry. I also love pizza. I pretty much have never had a bad pizza in my life. I could have pizza every day. I also love pineapple. Oh my gosh, like one time I ate so much pineapple that it actually burned my throat. Don't do that because of how acidic it is. I think I was dehydrated, and then I just like had the pineapple and I just like kept going, and yeah, it was not good, but I still love it. So then the question here I have to answer, does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes, 100%, 100%, 100%. I love pineapple on pizza. Do you? What do you think? And honestly, as far as like foods go, I'm really a beverage girly. Like I'm somebody who has like 3 drinks at a time. I always have my water with me. Very good, just stay hydrated. But then I love treat drinks. Like, I would pick drinks over food. I make coffee in the mornings, which is coffee with protein, iced coffee, and it's so good. I make that. I love Coke Zero. I love cherry and things, so I will have Shirley Temples. My stomach is talking so much this morning. Treat drinks, chocolate milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I have Lactaid. But yeah. Health and experiences. Did you get your wisdom teeth removed? If so, any funny stories? Actually, yes. I had all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of my wisdom teeth removed, and this is kind of horrifying, but my 12-year-old molars hadn't come in, and I was 16 because my mouth was too small. So when they removed my wisdom teeth, they actually drilled holes into my gums to allow my 12-year-old molars to come up. Everything went fine. I was fine. Funny stories. Yes, I was in college, not in college. I was in high school at the time, and my boyfriend at the time went to a different school, and apparently I texted him and told him to invite his entire class over back to his house because we were going ice skating at his house, and we were in high school. And I'm terrible at ice skating. Like, I can't do athletic things. Like, I love it for the people who can, but that's just not me. So he was so confused because never in my, like, real life would I be like, let's go ice skating. Like I said, love it for the people who can. It's just not me. And I told him, I like insisted that he invited his entire class. Yeah, so I don't remember doing that at all, and apparently I called him to like verify that he was inviting everyone, which we love. You know, we don't want to leave anyone out. Was it fast to fall asleep in the dentist chair? I'm terrified, so it sounds like you're getting your wisdom teeth out soon. Yes, literally, like, I don't even remember it. Like, once they get your IV and stuff going in you, like, I think you will be totally fine. And even the recovery is not that bad. Like, have milkshakes, you deserve it. Take some time off from work, from school, whatever it is. Take care of yourself. I hope that you will be okay. And I think you are stronger than you think you are. You will be great. What's been your worst injury you've ever had? I'm actually a very accident-prone person. 2 come to mind. One was my left knee. When I was in 8th grade, I was standing on one leg and fell over. Yep, that's it. That's all that happened. And pretty much everything that can go wrong on a knee did. And I went to an urgent care, and they told me that it was a slight tear in my meniscus, which is a muscle, and said that I would be fine. And I walked around on it for a month, and it grew 3 sizes that day, just like the Grinch's heart. And I went to a doctor, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, this is not, we have to send you to a specialist. I went to a knee specialist, and that person was like, I'm not touching this, I'm sending this to you. I ended up going to a doctor who does major NFL surgeries. And he told me I needed to have surgery as soon as possible, or I could be crippled for the rest of my life. So pretty much what happened is my kneecap popped out, and it's supposed to go in, and mine went out and up, and it shattered my femur, and then my femur tore through all of my muscle. So ACL, meniscus, cartilage. So literally like everything that can go wrong in a knee did. And it was literally from me standing on one leg. So I actually have very loose joints genetically. so I have to be careful for things like that. Part of like my well-being journey right now of my like workout rewards program and stuff like that is to build up my muscle that's around my joints. So yeah, that was not a good one. My other one was a head injury that I got in high school. I went to go give blood and I ended up passing out and I hit my head on a metal chair and then the gym floor. I had a severe concussion. I had vertigo. This eye was actually slightly delayed compared to this eye. It still is sometimes. My brother says that he can see it. I don't know if he's just teasing me. But I actually had to have eye like cognitive therapy, and I had like special glasses to help me learn like how to make my eyes like work together again. Like it was pretty scary. So I had that, and I'm pretty much as good as new from both of those, which I'm very, very thankful, very lucky. But I can tell usually when it's gonna rain because my knee will like tighten up. But other than that, it's normal. I just have to be careful with like running. I used to play tennis. I still can play tennis, like that's totally fine, but just like being aware, you know, of my knees. Okay, and then last one, totally random. What do you think is the safest way for animal control to catch a big bear on the loose in the neighborhood? It's such a wild question. I mean, honestly, probably the safest for the animal and for people would be darting the animal. And then like relocating it. That's a hard question because we've obviously encroached on the animals' habitats for them to be now in like people areas, and I find that that's more and more common. But then bears are smart. They know where the good stuff is. They don't want to put that extra effort in hunting when they can just walk over to this town and rummage through the garbage. But once they start like learning those behaviors, then it can be more and more dangerous for the animal and for people, because people are stupid and people will feed them, and then the bear will start to expect that, you know, people means food, which is not safe again for the animal and for people. So relocating them to some kind of like protected area, which that's not too far away, but far enough that hopefully they can be in a better environment. I feel like that's such a random, interesting question. Obviously, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go lasso a bear. I don't know what answer you were expecting from that. Sorry if you don't like my answer. But that is all of my questions. Again, thank you so much to the people in my Fox Den that submitted these questions. It was really fun to share a little bit about me. I would love to get to know more about you. You know, you feel free to answer some of those questions in the comments. Tell me about your tattoo plans. Tell me about the movies you're watching. Tell me about the pets you have. Tell me your favorite animals. And maybe I could do another one of these with more questions later on.